The Doctor's Dilemma: Healing in Crisis. In a world where medicine has lost its soul, medicine has become paperwork, not people. Pharmaceuticals, not prevention. Part 1. The Health Crisis: A System Breaking Down. Do doctors really know what is going on? Have doctors not yet seen what real healing is all about? Has their schooling literally programmed them to simply give out prescription drugs for all ailments? Don't get me wrong, doctors have their place in our world, although I see this with very different eyes. This health crisis is the key to learning the holistic methods of healing. You see, I personally live in Quebec, Canada. Doctors are literally moving their practices elsewhere. Overcrowded hospitals, stressed doctors, waiting rooms in Quebec, Canada, and people struggling with chronic disease are a mess. We live in an age where holistic miracles happens all the time, yet we're sicker than ever. Cancer, Alzheimer's, autoimmune diseases, they're rising, not falling. In Quebec, patients are waiting months just to be seen, and even years for all kinds of surgeries. This alone is a sign for massive change, as it's been going on for a very long time now. And, more importantly, what have we forgotten about the body's power to heal itself? Part 2. What causes dis-ease? Stress, toxins, parasites, nutrient deficiencies, and emotional trauma, manipulated food, and it goes on and on. Did you notice the word disease has a hyphen? That's intentional, as dis-ease is oftentimes associated with emotions, food, stress, mindset, air quality, and so much more. So many factors causes discomfort, again, dis-ease. Although all diseases are treatable, we are just way too busy, or should I say distracted, to do the proper research to uncover the truthful information. Part 3. Parasites: The Hidden Epidemic. And did you know, the most common dis-ease are parasites in the body. Parasites studies show they are the major factor in the causing of dis-ease. I could add that disease is actually the lack of ease or discomfort. I actually wanted to write how many dis-eases parasites can cause, but the list was shockingly long. These hidden invaders affect far more than we're told. From fatigue and allergies, chronic illness, arthritis, cancers, tumors, autoimmune disease, and the list as mentioned, is huge. If I were to take a guess at it, I'd say it's about 95+% of diseases are caused by parasites. Yet, it's a topic almost erased from our health system. Why? That's the question you need to ask. I urge you to take 5 minutes to dig deeper. Google it yourself. You'll quickly see how this one overlooked truth could change everything you thought you knew about health. It will boggle your mind. Have doctors even had the time to study what parasites do to the body? I personally follow holistic doctors that do speak on the subject, although not enough doctors know anything about parasites and their devastating effects on the body. They're so busy living in this crazy health crisis they cannot even take the time to reflect on what is really going on. By the way, this health crisis is all done by design, if you haven't noticed. I won't get into this subject here. Many doctors are starting to finally wake up, but so many have never been educated on parasites in medical school. Again, why? If the parasite theory is true, and parasites are truly behind 95% of all disease, then removing them wouldn't just heal individuals, it would transform the planet. Imagine a world where chronic illness, fatigue, brain fog, and inflammation vanish because the root cause is finally addressed. Humanity would experience a global rebirth, clearer minds, stronger bodies, and higher energy. Nature itself would mirror that renewal. Fewer toxins, healthier ecosystems, and a collective awakening in how we understand health. If parasites are the hidden enemy, then freeing ourselves from them could quite literally allow the Earth and every being on it to thrive like never before. Are doctors and people so busy they cannot see what is the real message to this crisis? My mother-in-law was on 22 pills a day. Did she heal? No, no, and no. We must wake the hell up now. This is madness. Now, back to research, we need to keep an open mind about new healing modalities, or should I say, old healing methods. Most often, we have our own preconceived knowledge before we start. So, no matter what comes to us, via video, science, or maybe a friend sharing an incredible solutions to help you heal. Although, one thing I do know for sure. Have you ever asked for a personal healing? I think we all have. Have you ever really noticed that when you pray for a healing, did you know it might come from a book, a video, a conversation maybe, or a friend sharing such ideas? Sadly, when the solution comes, we aren't ready for the answer. Our ego gets in the way. Even if it's the answer to our prayers, we forget what we've prayed for. Disease doesn't appear overnight. It can also be ancestral past events that has continually kept us sick and small for generations to come. Our subconscious memories are still attached to us without us even being aware of it. Did you know this could be possible? Dis-ease is oftentimes our body, our soul, which is crying out and trying to awaken us for change. But deeper still, dis-ease is the body's call for help. That means we need to pay attention to a more balanced life. Every cell in our body listens to our emotions, our thoughts, especially every word. The cell says, "I'm here. Talk to me." I'm a great listener. Did you know you can speak to the cells of your body to heal themselves? Has a doctor educated you on this yet? You can literally talk to all body parts to heal. Did they teach you that in school? Of course not, or have they? Are you a believer in a higher power? Remember hearing about 2,000 years ago, someone teaching us that we can heal ourselves and others. Here's a very powerful quote to ponder on. The way we have been perceiving life needs to be rolled away, so that which is true can appear. How about this one? Deuteronomy 30:19. I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses, positive and negative. Therefore, God says, choose life. Or this one. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Now, do you really need to believe in anything to understand these quotes? Not really, you just need to believe. Okay, let's get back to doctors leaving Quebec to practice elsewhere. Is that the real message humanity should be looking at? Or is it something else entirely? Do you want my take on this matter after being on this planet for 69 years? Well, here it is. I truly believe this should be the biggest wake-up call for doctors on this planet, to finally start looking into true healing herbs and mineral and frequencies and so much more. Again, are doctors and people so busy they cannot see what is the real message to this crisis? Would you like to know why I'm so passionate about sharing information like this? Here's a few of my stories. My mother-in-law was on 22 pills a day. Did she heal? No, no, and no. And get this, it was ongoing for 40-plus years. That got my attention to start on my in-depth research and why most traditional medicine does not work. Oh, and my mom passed away of cancer, and my dad, after 4 years of testing, doctors could not find why he died. I was persistent, and used my intuition, and research brought me to the conclusion he had what is called leaky gut. This is why he was nauseous all the time, and when nausea creeps in for that long, it means he was poisoning himself internally. Now, my father-in-law, even though he was in his 90s, still golfing, and was in great shape and healthy, 2 days after the you-know-what, in 2020, well, let's just say it went downhill very fast, passed away 1 year later. And no, it wasn't old age. Now, let's move on to my close friends. All heart problems after the 2020 incident in which they accepted. As one man said one time, we are more into in a wealth and wellness system, instead of a health and wellness system. What is the real message towards the health crisis with doctors? Doctors and healthcare givers, nurses, must absolutely understand the system needs 100% rebuilding. Our world has traded wellness for wealth. Now we're rebuilding holistic schools to restore the health of body, mind, and soul. We must continue to awaken our Christ consciousness. Nature, families, laughter, finding holistic doctors and healers working together, prescribing herbs, proper diet, exercise, mindset, frequencies, and the list goes on. It's time for holistic doctors and patients to meet again, not across a prescription pad, but across a shared truth. The body heals when we care for it as nature intended. The doctor's dilemma is not just a crisis of medicine. It's a crisis of meaning, but every crisis holds a choice, to awaken or to forget. May we choose to awaken, to return to the sacred art of healing, not with more drugs, but with more love, awareness, compassion. We absolutely must unlearn everything we thought was right and relearn new healing modalities that has been proven to work for centuries already. My main message in this short video is for all doctors, caregivers, and nurses see that this crisis we are in, especially here in Quebec, Canada, is simply a call to come back to our heart connection and back towards holistic healing. The time has come to remember. Healing is not a transaction, it's a transformation. When doctor and patient walk together, science and spirit unite, miracles follow. A major crisis is always a call for change, radical change in this case, to awaken why we came here and not to continually blame government for not solving our issues. I believe the health crisis here in Quebec is the game changer. It's a call to taking different action. You cannot continue to believe that 22 pills a day heals the body. We all have had someone in our circle who have been sick for decades and has never gotten better health-wise. We must start to ask ourselves a quality question. Why aren't they healing with pharmaceutical drugs? Have you ever pondered this question, or you've been way too busy to notice the serious implication this has? Now, this does affect our children, our most precious possessions. You do know that, right? If yes, you have some serious pondering to take care of in the very near future. Let me give you a scenario. If a drug comes on the market and the side effects on the box says, may cause death, will you still take it, give it to your children? Well, I have news for you. In 2020, the box had this message, may cause death. So, again, let me ask you one quality question, which in turn will give you a quality answer. Ask, and ye shall receive. Do you desire to have the next generation of children healthier than we are? If yes, the only way I see out of the Quebec health crisis and the world really is to turn the system inside and out. Now, I have one last favor to ask you. If this video resonated with you, share it with friends, family who will then share it with doctors, nurses, and caregivers around the world, not just Quebecers. Okay, one last message. It's important. For the past 40 years, I have researched so many methods to heal ourselves, it has boggled my mind why mainstream media doesn't talk about it, like Alzheimer, dementia, cancers, autism, and hundreds more. What I can tell you is that healing these dis-ease exist. We just need to persevere and believe. Okay, now, this is something I just had to share. I was watching the news last night and heard this story about women with beautiful souls. These women were helping the elderly who had dementia and Alzheimer. They decided to purchase hundreds of baby dolls to keep them busy and happier. I thought at first, what a creative, loving, and compassionate idea, although my mind went sideways again as it often does when it comes to health. And then I thought, how the hell did we get this unhealthy? No disrespect for those beautiful souls who thought of the idea. But we need to reflect on this serious issue, don't you think? I want to share one of Bruce Lipton's stories about a few patients who went in to have knee surgery. There were two groups actually, and one group went in and had normal surgery to help repair bad knees, while the other group only thought they were going in for the same surgery, except they really had the placebo effect surgery, meaning they never had surgery to begin with. This was done to show how powerful our minds are. Both groups had great results and were able to return and do what they loved to do. Some were into sport like running and basketball. Wow! This is a great example of why we should believe that we possess an incredible gift within us. I will leave you to ponder one more time. in a world where medicine has lost its soul. Are you willing to pass on this message to one person? I call this the ripple effect. No need to subscribe, just pass it on. The choice is yours. Thanks for watching. Until the next video.